I am in shock. I am in shock. The Indiana Fever just beat the Aces. The first win for the Indiana Fever against the Las Vegas Aces since I was 22 years old. Aces MVP to refs, Fever's MVP, and Alyssa Smith. You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
The Las Vegas Aces, the team once hailed as an unstoppable dynasty, just got humiliated in front of the entire basketball world. A 27-point blowout? Yep, that happened. Aya Wilson getting all the help from the refs and still falling short. Absolutely. Chelsea Gray delivering a whole lot of nothing while people still argue she's better than Caitlin Clark. That's a huge check. While Aya was out there pulling players down from over their heads without a whistle in sight, a squad in Indianapolis was busy giving her a lesson in what real basketball actually looks like.
And Aja Whistle Wilson. My God, you see how many free throws that lady have? Oh my God, on the stat sheet, she had basically 30 points, but all the free throws this woman got, man, they tried their best to keep the Aces in the game, man, but it didn't matter. It didn't matter, man. They destroyed the Aces. About freaking time the Fever finally beats the Aces, man. And without Caitlin Clark. You know,
the 81-54 beatdown the Indiana Fever handed the Las Vegas Aces wasn't just a loss, it was a statement. And that statement came through loud and clear: no amount of friendly whistles, no Aya Wilson heroics, and no legacy favoritism can save you when a team shows up ready to play real basketball.
But this was a big win for the Fever because the Aces were the only team that they had not won at least one game to last season, meaning the Aces swept the Fever last season. They actually haven't won they actually haven't won a game against the Aces in 16 games. And they did it without Caitlin Clark. This team is crazy. They are beating the #1 team in the league first. And then they go and beat the Aces, who they haven't won to in 16 games. And they did it without Caitlin Clark, which is just a testament to how this team is finally developing a rhythm.
Let's break down that third quarter, because this is where things really heat up. Lexie Hull, who's been grinding all season, plays it by the book. She boxes out Aya Wilson with textbook precision. Clean position, perfect form, grabs the rebound just like it's taught in day one of basketball fundamentals. But then Aya Wilson comes flying in from behind, reaches over Hull's head, and snatches the ball, a textbook over-the-back foul if there ever was one. But somehow, no whistle.
And a decent amount of times, Aja Wilson, she got a favorable whistle in the second half, but it is what it is. Superstars get the whistle. Unless your name is, 29 points for Aja Wilson, 3 boards, 3 personal fouls, 3 turnovers, 9 for 18 from the field, 11 for 13 from the free throw line. Look at the rest of her team. 2 points, 2 points, 2 points, 6 points, 0 points, 4 points, 2 points, 3 points. Dana Evans, 1 for 10, Dana Evans. Oh my goodness.
Any basketball fan who's watched the game for more than 5 minutes knows exactly what that call should have been: over the back. Indiana ball. End of story. But what did the refs do instead? They called a jump ball. A jump ball, as if Aya Wilson and Lexie Hull were somehow battling from equal position, when in reality, one player was clearly fouled from behind while securing a clean rebound.
I don't know about frustrations boiling over as more to just like making a point. Jalen said she got me though, so one more than that. She just got a bonus.
And by bonus, she was meaning the Commissioner's Cup bonus, which was $49 or $43,000 per player, because the prize pool was $500,000. And apparently, Steph White just was pissed about the officiating. I don't know if it was Aja Wilson's whistle or what, but
even the broadcasters were caught off guard. You could hear the disbelief in their voices as they tried to make sense of what just happened. The contact wasn't subtle, it wasn't borderline, it was blatantly obvious. This wasn't a 50-50 call. And yet, somehow, the refs managed to spin a clear foul into a neutral outcome that rewarded the player who committed the violation.
Like I said, the referees were starting to get on the side of the Aces. They were trying to wheel the Aces back in. And Sophie Lexie stepped in and sort of killed it. Kelsey Mitchell never took her foot off the gas tonight, by the way. This is the best thing I've seen from Stephanie White all season long. Right here, she was aggravated by the refs already, and in the fourth quarter, 5:35 left, Stephanie White lost her shit on the sideline. She lost her shit. And let me just play this right here. Roll it.
Lost that lead late.
And you see her. You see her just losing it up here. Losing it. And she got teed up right there. And Caitlin Clark loved it.
If you're enjoying this, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Now here's where the story gets beautiful. The Indiana Fever didn't let the bad officiating shake them. They took that blown call, ate it, and then absolutely dismantled the Aces, so thoroughly that every questionable whistle became meaningless. Let's break down this masterpiece of destruction, quarter by quarter. Because what the Fever did to Las Vegas was nothing short of basketball poetry. In the first quarter, Indiana came out swinging. They scored the game's first 6 points and never looked back. When the dust settled, they led 21-14, and it was already clear this wasn't going to be the Aces' night. The Fever shot a scorching 52.9% from the field while locking Las Vegas down to just 28.6%. They owned the paint 16-4, sending a loud message early: we're coming straight for your weak spots, and we're not backing off.
Put it on right here. You can see 24 points in the first half for the Aces. I mean, seriously, for the Aces. Points in the paint, 38-20. I mean, it was a dominant win by the Indiana Fever.
The second quarter is where the Fever really stepped on their throats. Indiana outscored the Aces 25-10 in pure domination, shooting an outrageous 81.8% from the field. Meanwhile, Las Vegas could barely find the rim, scraping together just 23.5%. Inside the paint, the Fever went a perfect 6 for 6. The Aces? A dismal 3-for-1 by halftime, it was 46-24. Game basically over, and here's the kicker, that blown jump ball call from earlier. It stole a possession that could have led to another Fever bucket, another dagger for a Vegas team already reeling. Instead, the refs handed Las Vegas a lifeline. A chance to win the tip and maybe, just maybe, stop the bleeding. For a moment, it looked like the officiating might swing the game in favor of the defending champs, right when they were desperate for a break.
Defense is playing phenomenal. Oh my God, it's night and day. I think that Commissioner's Cup gave him swag. Now they're swagging it out. I never seen Natasha Howard so aggressive in my life. This girl is beasting now all suddenly. She is beast moding right now. And Timpson, the rookie, getting block shots, getting steals. Leah Boston is just murking, destroying Aja Wilson. Man, you know, I got a Wilson. I got a nickname for Aja Wilson, guys. You know what it is? Whistle Wilson. Because this lady's always getting whistles. She's the person with the special whistle, guys. Every freaking time. And then she goes to the free throw line. Freaking free throw merchant. I think she's related to SGA. But anyway, she's not playing that great.
For the Fever, that moment had all the makings of a classic "here we go again" scenario. Everyone in the arena, players, coaches, fans, knew what they'd just witnessed. Lexie Hull played it perfectly and still got nothing. That's the kind of missed call that can shake a young team, especially when you're facing a powerhouse like the Aces. For Las Vegas, it was a lifeline. Down big, struggling to generate offense, and suddenly the refs hand you a 50-50 ball you didn't earn. It was a breath of air in the middle of a chokehold. But it didn't last long. The Fever kept pushing, and the lead swelled to 68-47 heading into the final quarter. Then came the fourth. Pure domination, the Aces put up just 7 points. 7. That's not just poor offense, that's a total breakdown. A collapse on every level. The final score, 81-54, doesn't even begin to capture how completely the Fever dismantled a team that was supposed to be championship material.
The Aces tried to put a little run together to start the third quarter, And Sophie Cunningham and Lexie Hull shut that shit down. They shut it down by hitting some big shots. All right. That steal led to the only 2 points that Sophie Cunningham had. But it was big. So right here, let's just start. Let's start Aaliyah Boston right here. That's Sydney Colson to Boston. She going to drive into the lane.
Wilson.
And I've got to tell you, she gave Asia Wilson all she could handle.
But let's put Aya Wilson's performance into context, because the numbers tell a fascinating, and frankly brutal, story. She dropped 29 points on 9 of 18 shooting and went 11 for 13 from the free throw line. On paper, that looks like a strong night. She got to the line 13 times, just 4 fewer than the entire Indiana Fever team. The whistle was clearly in her favor all game, including that highly questionable jump ball, but here's the harsh truth: Aya Wilson scored 29 points, and her team still lost by 27. Let that sink in. The so-called best player in the league had a statistically solid night, and it meant absolutely nothing. Because the rest of her team didn't show up at all. Her numbers looked good, but in the bigger picture, they were empty.
Some I never thought I'd say. Free Asia Wilson. Free her now. Not tomorrow, not next week, right now. I never thought I'd say this. If I'm Asia, I'm in that locker room, I'm stripping everybody if they A1s. I'm sure I didn't give y'all these free shoes and y'all gonna come out here and y'all can't even give me more than 5 points. None of y'all, where y'all at? Y'all can't help me out. I'm reigning MVP. I'm bringing y'all these champions. I took a pay cut for some of y'all to be here and you can't give me no points. Really, I'm over here. I have 25 points in the third quarter, and you can't give me nothing.
After Aya Wilson's 9 of 18 shooting night, the rest of the Las Vegas Aces combined to shoot 7 for 43. That's just 16.3% from the field, from everyone not named Aya Wilson. No other Aces player scored more than 6 points. Just sit with that for a second. On a team that's supposed to be stacked with championship-level depth, their MVP candidate was basically playing 1-on-5, and speaking of players who were supposed to step up, let's talk about Chelsea Gray. You know, the one some folks claim is better than Caitlin Clark. Gray finished with just 2 points, going 1 for 3 from the field, with 2 assists and 5 turnovers. That's right, 2 points. This is the veteran leader, the floor general, the one expected to stabilize the offense and elevate her teammates. Instead, she looked completely out of sync, like she was stuck in quicksand, while Indiana's defense smothered everything the Aces tried to run.
With more turnovers than points and assists combined. More turnovers than points and assists combined. We got Point God, aka Point Fraud. And remember, this is probably who the WNBA player said was also better than Caitlin Clark. They said I'm pretty confident they said she was better than Caitlin Clark.
Now compare that to what Caitlin Clark was doing, from the sideline. While Chelsea Gray was out on the floor struggling to put up 2 points, Clark, sidelined by injury, was fully locked in with her team. She was standing, cheering, hyping up teammates, and leading vocally every step of the way. The cameras caught her multiple times, fired up, clapping, celebrating big plays, and keeping the energy alive. That's real leadership. The kind that influences winning, even when you're not on the stat sheet, and the Fever responded. Their performance without their superstar was a masterclass in team basketball. Kelsey Mitchell stepped up with 25 points and 6 assists. Aaliyah Boston added 20 points and 7 boards. Natasha Howard, the Commissioner's Cup MVP, chipped in 11 points and 10 rebounds. That's what championship-level execution looks like: balanced scoring, selfless play, and a team fully locked in on one mission.
Guys, when did Indiana Fever turn into the best defensive team in the NBA? When? I mean, after that celebration from the Commissioner's Cup, we all thought they were going to come out here a little bit hungover. I mean, their defensive prowess has gone up 100%. In the first half, we have Aces down 22 points. We have only beaten Las Vegas Aces 1 time in 9 years. For those who do not know that statistic, we've only beaten them once in 9 years. Their defense is impenetrable. We have 28 points in the paint for the second quarter. We are shooting 90% from the field in the second quarter. This is insane.
But the real story of this game was the defense. The Fever held the Aces to just 26% shooting, their lowest offensive output of the season. They forced 17 turnovers and completely owned the paint, with a 28-10 advantage in the first half alone. Indiana played suffocating, connected team defense that made every single possession a battle for Las Vegas. This wasn't about one player taking over. This was 5 players locked in, moving as one, rotating, recovering, making the extra pass, and showing the kind of chemistry the Aces have been chasing all season, and the eye test. It matched the numbers perfectly. While Aya Wilson was racking up 29 points, mostly in isolation, the Fever were systematically dismantling the Aces on both ends of the floor. They switched seamlessly on defense, executed with discipline on offense, and moved the ball like a team that knows exactly who they are. This wasn't just a win. It was a statement.
Team win, folks. Team win. And you notice the team win, like I said, 24 assists on 31 shots. 24 assists on 31 shots. The Indiana Fever hold the Las Vegas Aces to 26% from the field. 26%. This was a Fever defense smothering. The Aces weren't just missing shots. The Fever defense was all over the place. Defensively, we were all over the place. Neither team could hit a three, except for Kelsey Mitchell. Money Mitch can hit the three.
And through it all, Caitlin Clark was having the time of her life on the sidelines. You could see it, the genuine joy for her teammates, the way her energy lit up the bench, the leadership radiating from her even while she couldn't play. That's the kind of presence that elevates a team. Now contrast that with the Aces, heads down, body language deflated, looking like a team completely lost and confused about how they ended up in such a deep hole. This game didn't just reveal a bad night for Las Vegas. It exposed something that's been simmering all season long. The Aces are not the same team anymore. They've lost their identity. The chemistry is gone. And when adversity hits, they no longer have the formula to fight through it. Meanwhile, the Fever didn't just win, they dominated from start to finish. There was no question which team was better prepared, better coached, and better built to weather the storm. Aya Wilson can get all the favorable calls in the world. She can pull players down and get jump balls instead of fouls. She can shoot more free throws than entire teams. But at the end of the day, basketball isn't won by whistles, it's won on the court. And when it comes down to it, team basketball will always beat individual heroics.
Gang! Fever gang! Down goes the punk-ass Las Vegas Aces, everybody! Kelsey Mitchell, the road runner, out there dropping daggers with a 25-piece. Boston Market with the rotisserie chicken, baked beans, corn on the cob, mashed potato, every drink available. The tiny assassin, Harry McDonald, out there slicing through the defense, getting buckets. Asia crybaby ass Wilson, hold this L. You ain't nothing but a free throw merchant, goofy Indiana Fever. That's how y'all ball. I don't know what's going on right now, but y'all got the momentum. We can't wait till Caitlin Clark is back on the floor.
The Indiana Fever just sent a message, loud and clear. They're not intimidated by big names. They're not rattled by questionable officiating. And they're not backing down from anyone. This team has real chemistry, real grit, and real championship potential. As for the Las Vegas Aces, they've got some serious soul-searching to do. Because if this game proved anything, it's that they're no longer the team to beat. They're no longer the gold standard. That title belongs to a new contender. The Indiana Fever have officially arrived. No Caitlin Clark? No problem. The Aces have been put on notice. And all the favorable whistles in the world won't save you from a team that plays connected, disciplined, winning basketball. Welcome to the new WNBA hierarchy. The Fever are here, and they're not going anywhere.